Now, when we're talking about having a personal relationship with God, the idea of having belief in God seems pretty obvious. And yet, we need to recognize that in our small group leadership, we're going to have people oftentimes that don't believe in the Lord. Or sometimes who do believe in the Lord, but then they get to college and they get thrown questions that they don't have answers for. They've never thought deeply about faith. And I know for myself, I had these powerful encounters with the Lord, these powerful experiences with the presence of God in my life, and I knew that God was real and I knew that He loved me. And yet I came to college and I remember wrestling with the questions around me that people had about God. And so I realized I didn't really have the answers, and that took me on a journey of really trying to reconcile a rational faith to the experience of faith that I had in my life up until that point. And so when we talk about this idea, of course, belief is obviously needed, but we need to have people who are on that journey of trying to figure out who God is and be comfortable with the lost person in our small group community that are around, that are just wrestling with questions. And oftentimes it's the person who is wrestling with faith, sometimes even the atheists in our world, that strengthens our understanding of God, because it forces us to go deeper in our faith than we had previously. And so when we talk about belief, we need to recognize that one, in our small group community, we're helping our small group guys and girls grow in a rational faith. Sometimes that means like talking through apologetics. Sometimes that's just creating a space and an environment that lets them wrestle with the questions that they're wrestling with and think deeply and create a space that, hey, you don't have to check your mind at the door. You can come. Whether you are already a follower of Jesus and just trying to figure out how to have a faith that makes sense, or whether you're someone who is just trying to figure out if God is real and wrestling through that truth of the gospel is something that you're journeying in, like creating space, creating safety for people to be on that journey and to really wrestle with that is important. So below are just some cursory